Unit 6. Listening, Part 2.
So, here I am at the Annona Biological Reserve in Costa Rica, and I'm talking to Sylvia Welling, who's a volunteer here. Sylvia, how did you come to work on this project?
Well, it's quite a long story. I'm studying biochemistry at university back in England, and I heard about this project from another student on the course. I'm just doing this in my summer vacation, so really I've only been here for a few weeks. Since the beginning of July, in fact. I'll probably be here till the end of September. Then I have to go back to university.
So, what's your role here? Are you here to protect the rainforest?
No, not at all. This one's already protected. No trees are being cut down here. It's a really interesting and beautiful place, as a matter of fact. It's full of rare animals and plants, and it's incredibly peaceful. The main object of the project I'm on is to educate visitors and show them how special this place is. At the same time, I'm learning a lot about it too. Hopefully, I'm going to work as a researcher when I finish my degree. So it seemed a good idea to come here while I had the chance.
So, you're actually here to learn rather than work?
Well, yes, partly. But as I was just saying, I really came here to get some relevant work experience. I mean, I want to be able to show future employers that I've been doing something connected with biochemistry in my free time. And also, I hope in my own small way, that I'm doing something useful.
So, what's your job here?
I do whatever I'm asked to do. We spend part of our time maintaining paths through the forest so that visitors can walk around it without getting lost and without doing much damage. It means I have a great time visiting really remote parts of the forest where the only things you hear are things like animals, the wind in the trees, and the rain. And it rains quite a lot here, believe me.
So, you know the forest quite well by now, do you?
I'm getting to know it better and better, because I also spend time acting as a guide for people who come to see the forest. I take them on a walk and point out special trees and animals, and explain a bit of how the place works to them. Then hopefully they go home with a feeling of how wonderful and important rainforests are.
And what do you see as the main dangers facing rainforests now and in the future?
The main problem is that in other parts of the world, forests like these are being cut down or burnt to create more farming land. But as a result, plants and wildlife are becoming endangered or dying out. If things continue like this, by the year 2050, 70% of the world's rainforests will have disappeared. I think that's pretty worrying.
It is.
And it's going to have really drastic consequences for the rest of the planet. I mean, forests absorb carbon, and this prevents global warming. If we carry on cutting down forests, climate change will become even more extreme, making the world warmer and leading to rising sea levels and so on.
But, Sylvia, in spite of all these worries, what are the pleasures of coming to a place like this?
For me, one of the greatest pleasures is seeing all the animals that live here. The frogs and birds and monkeys and insects and all the other creatures which are threatened with extinction. You know, the danger is that in 40 or 50 years' time, these animals will only be living in zoos. They just won't exist in the wild, and that will be a real shame.
And what can visitors like myself do when we get home?
Well, you could look closely before buying furniture. Make sure it isn't made of wood taken from the rainforests. And also tell your friends about these wonderful places and how important it is to protect them.
Sylvia Welling, thank you.